Okay, sorry, we're a little rocky. There we go. Stop. There we go. All right, so today we're going to be doing basically the same thing that we did yesterday, but instead of writing out our numbers, we're just going to be making a list, okay? So with this number here, I can make a list of my tens, and I can make a list of my ones, okay? Like this. And essentially, this line means that we're adding them together. So the first way that we would write 48 is we would write in expanded form, we would write the number 40, but if I were going to write it with just the number of tens, the groups of 10, I know that I would have, instead of writing the number 40, I would just write the number 4 because that's how many tens I have. I know that the number 40 is 4 tens, okay? So if I do my 4, that's where my 4 groups, my 4 tens come from. And then I have my 8 ones. Right? Does that make sense? So this is kind of like we would do in expanded form, but we're just writing this time how many tens we have, how many ones we have in the number 48. But if we were going to write it using the addition sentences that we made yesterday, where we borrowed one and put it on another, then it kind of makes it a little more clear to me because I'm going to borrow one of my tens, so it takes my tens from 4 down to 3. And now I'm going to put my 10 over here. And when I add my 10 to 8, if I'm writing it like ones, then I would have 18 ones. 3 tens and 18 ones makes 48. Or if I were to write it out, it would be, we know that 3 tens makes 30. So 30 plus 18 is 48. But we're just saying it a little bit differently, right? Okay, we're just putting the tens down. So again, I'm going to borrow another one of my tens. This is how many tens. So now I have 2 tens, and when I have to add the 10 that I borrowed over to this side, instead of 28, I add 10, and I have, instead of 18, I add 10, and I end up with 28. Okay? And by the way, we are putting this down on the front of your paper, because I think you guys are going to get this fairly quickly, okay? And so, borrowing another 10, just like last time, we're going to put that 10 that we borrowed over here, and when I add 10 to 28, it makes 38. Notice my leftovers stay the same every time. My leftovers are staying the same, but I have 0 tens here, I have 1 10 here, 2 tens here, 3 tens there. And then as I add tens on this side, I take tens away on this side. Okay? So then there's only 1 10 left to borrow, and it makes 0, right? And then when I put all of my entire whole number on my ones, then it's easy, it's 48. Okay? If you don't understand and you're kind of struggling with it, pause video, hold your thumb up, I'll come around and I'll help you out, okay? If you do understand, go ahead and let's turn to the middle. All right? Let's turn to the middle of your paper. It's basically you making more lists, except for this time, they're giving you some little stories that go with it, okay? So you can see in the first one, it says that Carl lists all of the ways to show 25 as tens and ones, okay? How many tens, how many ones? And so, he gives us the first one. If we were going to write the number 25 in expanded form, we would have 20, which we know is 2 tens, and 5 leftovers, or ones. So then, the next time, we're going to borrow one of our tens, and when we do that, we're going to have a smaller number here, and it's going to be 1, that's right, and then we're going to add that 10 over to this side, and so we add 10 to this number, we end up with 15, that's right, okay? So I would like for you to finish this one out, number 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. You don't have to know the story, okay? So if you can't read the story, that's fine. It really doesn't matter. Look for the big number that they show you. For instance, In this one, it looks like the big number is 31. Okay? In this one, the big number is 46. And in this one, the big number is 33. So I really don't mind that you don't know the story. It's not a big deal. But do numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4 now. And I would like for you, once you have paused the video and do numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, when you finish, hold up your thumb. I'd like to come around and take a look and make sure you're getting it, okay? So pause the video now. Do numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. When you're finished, before you start the video again, please raise your thumb so that I can come around and check your papers. Very good. So let's turn to the back. Number 5 says that Andrew says there are 4 ways to make 27 with 10s and 1s. Andrew says there are 4 ways to make 27 with 10s and 1s. I would like for you to make 27 all the ways you can in this chart. If you can do it 4 ways, circle yes. If you cannot do it in 4 ways, if you do it, show it all the ways you can, and it's not 4, then circle no. Okay, do number 5. Number 5 now. Very good. Let's look at number 6. It says that Connie's list shows ways to make 49, but she forgot one way. Which numbers are missing in her list? So you have choices down here that will help you complete her chart, her list. So circle in the fill in the circle underneath the correct numbers that complete Connie's list. Pause the video and do that now. Very good, guys. Nice work again. If you have any trouble, just hold your thumb up. I'll come around and I'll help you. If you didn't have any trouble, get yourself to Prodigy. Keep working. You guys are killing it and doing a great job.